Welcome back. My name is Mona Michelle Thompson. And if you've been rolling with me, you know that we've been on this journey of self-discovery, self-esteem, and self-empowerment. And I'm so excited that you're back, you're joining me again, because that means that you are trying to be the best version of yourself. And I'm so glad that I get to assist you in this road of discovery. And so today, I wanted to invite you in because although I'm a guide for you, it's so great if you can bring a friend along on this journey with you. Well, how do you do that? Well, first, you have to have a friend. Now, what if you don't? I'm going to teach you a few things on how to bring a friend along with you. One of the things that I think is so great is Meetup. Sometimes, if you don't know how to make a friend, you can go on Meetup and find an area of interest and join a group, whether it's a book club, whether it's painting, whether it's doing arts and craft. That's a great way to meet someone. Now that you have some reference points on how to meet people, and maybe you already have a friend, this is how you can start this journey. As you have come alongside of me, you know that one of the things that we do are positive self-talks. We've learned how to look at ourselves in the mirror, how to say how beautiful we are, how to point out the wonderful attributes that exist, whether on our face, on our body, clothing, as we're lotioning our skin. We're saying be moisturized. As we're walking, we're like, look at those beautiful feet. How beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news to others. Like, those are the kind of things that we're saying. So these are the kind of things that you would say to your friend. As you're learning to have these positive, nurturing, wonderful self-esteem building conversations with yourself, let that permeate into every atmosphere that you walk into, so that when you're out with your friend, you're saying all wonderful things about your friend. You're pointing out the things that they do well. In fact, last night, one of my really good friends, and she's also a relative, cooked dinner for me. And I remember as I left having dinner with her, I got into my car and I thought, that was so wonderful and I really needed that. And I decided, even though I said thank you while I was in the house, I said thank you for this meal, I told her how delicious it was, I still had that good feeling. So I wrote her, I sent her a text and I said, I really needed that and thank you. So I was building up her self-esteem because her just thinking about me during the day, thinking I know she could use a good meal, thinking she just came through a really long weekend, I want to do something nice for her. That was self-esteem building because she thought I was worthy of a great meal, and I wanted to let her know how grateful and appreciative I was that she took the time to make a great meal for me. So there's this exchange that happens when you begin to love yourself. That self-love begins to pour out onto others. You know, in one of our previous videos, we talked about the mean girl within. And sometimes when you're mean to yourself, that is what you give out to others because you haven't filled your tank with really good things. For example, have you ever had like a Brita water bottle that has a filter in it? And when the filter is clean, every time you pour water in the water, it's just really clean. But when you begin to notice flecks in your water, you know it's time to change the filter, or the filter will start to get really dark. That's what happens to us. If we're not constantly pouring in good things, we become infected with the little specks that can float around in your tank, and those specks are negativity. And so now, as you begin to pour those good things inside of yourself, as you begin to affirm yourself, and sometimes the way that you affirm yourself is to just have affirmation stickers, like little post-it notes on your bathroom mirror, on the mirror in your bedroom, in your car. As you begin to speak things into yourself, then it's going again to come out and spill out onto others. So how do you take this friend along on your journey? One of my friends will tell you, I never let her talk negative about herself. Every time that she does it, I stop her and I say, no, we're not going to talk about ourselves that way. Even one of my goddaughters, and you know who you are, she'll sit and she'll pat her stomach. She'll be like, look at this, look at this. And I'll say, we're not going to say that about ourselves today. We're just going to say how beautiful we are. We're going to focus on where we are right now. So yes, maybe I'm not where I want to be with my body, but one day I will. But I'm going to love the body that I have right now. I'm going to respect it. I'm going to say how powerful it is. I'm going to bring in good energy, because guess what? In today's time, there are many people who don't even wake up in the morning. And I want to offer this to you. If you woke up today, there's value in you. There's courage in you. There's breath in you. There's bravery in you. There are so many wonderful attributes inside of you that God has called forth life in your body. And so as He's called forth life, you're going to speak great things about yourself. So your friend comes along on this journey with you, and you both begin to build each other up in the things that you see as greatness within. It is so powerful when two walk together and they begin to call forth the gifts and purpose and positive attributes in one another. It is like putting on a coat that is custom made for you. No one can take your place. You are absolutely the only person like you on this earth. Isn't that something to rejoice about? So imagine now you have this friend that's walking alongside of you on this journey, and you guys are edifying one another. You're building each other up, and you're saying, hey, we can do this together. And then it just continues to grow. It's like a tidal wave. It becomes the thing that you look forward to. You're saying, hey, now what do you want to do with your life? And if they say they want to be a teacher, you sit with them and you say, well, wow, you're really a great teacher. Are you going to go back to school? What kind of classes do you want to teach? What do you want to do? This is how we build one another up. So it's not just your friend that walks along the journey with you. I mean, you're walking this journey day in and day out. You may not always get to hang out with your friend every day, but whether you're in school, whether you're in your career, whether you go to church, whatever activities that you do, if you're at the gym, if you notice that someone is working really hard, like at the gym, I remember just a couple of weeks ago I was at the gym and there was this beautiful woman. She was working really hard. And I remember walking by her and I was like, good job, sis. Like, I was encouraged by her. I didn't walk by like, oh, who does she think she is? No, I was like cheering her on. Maybe I was the only compliment that she got that day. Isn't that something if you think of yourself as, I'm a personal cheerleader wherever I go. Everywhere you go, you can cheer someone on. And cheering someone on is absolutely FRW. Like, it costs you nothing to say something nice. I was at a restaurant a couple of days ago and I was talking to the waitress. And we got into a really great conversation because I was friendly to her. Because I was appreciative of the service that she was providing, and because I was appreciative of her service was amazing to everyone who came in contact with her. And so I just encourage you to, take the action of every day when you get up, you say to yourself, I'm going to say something kind to at least 3 people. It doesn't have to be anything big. When you're going through the Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks drive-through, even if the person is like, can I take your order? When you get to the window, you just say, thank you very much. Today I went to get Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm not joking. The woman was so rude taking my order, but I was determined that I was still going to be the light. When I got up to the window, I was like, thank you very much. And she just looked at me, but I didn't care, because my role in every day that I'm allowed the privilege of waking up in is to be a light, to be encouragement, to be love, to be joy, and to hopefully change someone else's day. I don't want to be the person that plants a negative seed in anyone, because we've all heard this: you reap what you sow. And I want to be a person that plants seeds of kindness, love, joy, generosity, because that's what I want to get back. And as I am loving myself, that is what I'm giving out, and that is what will come back to me. So in closing, would you do me a favor? Since we're talking about being kind and nice and joyous and generous, could you like and subscribe to my channel? I would really appreciate that. I want to keep these videos coming, and your liking and your subscribing is like cheering me on. And I appreciate that, because like I said, I'm your personal cheerleader. So can you be mine?